In this video, we're going to cover the landing request. You get there from the flight menu, one left. By default, the airport is your destination airport. You can check any runways at any ICAO airport by entering that airport here on one left. Then enter the runways here on two left and three left. In this example, we'll use 19 right and 19 left. The estimated fuel on arrival. This comes as a result of your takeoff data during the manifest request. If your expected fuel on arrival is significantly different than what AeroData calculated, you can override this number and enter it here on 4 left. It calculates then based on your expected fuel on arrival along with your zero fuel weight, your landing weight, and looks at your current fuel on board and displays that here. On one right, your landing flaps default to 5, and then you can toggle around from full back to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then setting 5. Again, that's the default. The landing request also supports the new TALPA RCAM codes for landing runways. By default, they're always 6, which equates to normal braking conditions and dry runway conditions. You can enter those RCAM numbers per runway. If the field you're landing at does not yet support the RCAM number, and if the conditions are other than dry and normal braking action, you'll enter that on page 2. In this example, we're going to use condition 5 of good in the RCAM on the first runway and 4 on the second. Your anti-ice defaults to off, and then again you've got engine all and back to off. Now, as I mentioned, if you're landing at an airport that does not support the new RCAM TALPA codes and your conditions are other than normal braking action and dry, then on page 2, you can enter the field contaminant here, the way we currently do: dry, wet, ice, compact snow, standing water, slush, dry snow, and wet snow, and the braking actions the way we currently do of none, good, medium, poor, nil, and back around to no report. So if it's a non-dry, and or not normal braking actions, and it's not an RCAM field, you do that here on 2 left and 3 left on page 2 of the landing report. Again, you can send WINS, QNH, and OAT. If you don't send these, AeroData will use their most recent report for those. You can also enter a QRH factor here. You can also record this as a Cat2 approach. You can send that landing request from either page 1 here on 6 right or from page 2. So again, if it's an RCAM field, then you don't need to worry about the field contaminant. You'll use the RCAM code on page 1. Get back around to the defaults. For this example of dry, no report, And page 1 here, we've set that to other than 6, which is the default, to good on runway 1 and 4 on runway 2. You go ahead and send this, and then we'll wait for the response. Once you get that landing data returned, you'll get a scratchpad message here saying landing data is available. That landing data will be here now on the flight menu on to left. Again, once you've viewed that landing data, you can re-look at all your previous landing data messages in the landing data log. And since we've only received one back so far, you'll be able to check that here. Here's your landing data. Again, once you've viewed it, you can print it here on 6 right. I realize this landing data wasn't for Mike, but again, this is just an example of that. And so once you've viewed that, again, all of your previous landing data that you've viewed can be here from the messaging menu on to right. That works the same for the takeoff data. So it covers the new landing request and the new ARCAM, TALPA RCAM code support for both runways on landing requests. Thanks for watching.